she was 9, she took lessons on how to be ladylike. And when she was 10, she danced the dance of the sugar plum fairy without the aid of a safety net. The flood was the final straw. If you break that milk vase, my mother said, you'd be sent to a big old house to work as a celery maid. Is that like a skeleton? Polishes in a dungeon? No. A celery maid.
A scullery maid does not polish skulls.
I hate celery. They bent. Let's pick it up later. Then, after supper, her father produced a parcel marked Freya. We found it in an antique shop. The man said it would encourage you to take more care. Said Greta suddenly. It was like a wheel spinning. And there was a smell too. You like it? It's Worcester, 1795. Over 200 years old. Is he a waiter? No. He is the people potter. Greta's parents wrote her the legend. Been smashed by careless children. Can we have our pig's blood back, mister? How he got mad. And the children had gone missing. It petrified them, explained her father. Petrified? Turned them into china. Because if they were ever clumsy again, they'd break. Greta wasn't sure she liked this fella. Do not break me. Pass me on to a clumsy mind. Let them know that if I smash, I'm coming back from China. What does that mean? It means you mustn't smash it, dear, or what? Nobody knows, Greta, but I wouldn't want to be the one to find out. Unfortunately, the people potter made Greta nervous, and nerves increased her clumsiness. As she ran from the ugly figure, she caught her cardigan. But she wasn't stopping for anything, not even that swish-swirling noise in her head. She clumped upstairs. That is it, Greta. When we get back, we expect the house to be tidy. Fruitful, classy house. The people put her through it all. But the trouble really started when Greta noticed the missing button. But as usual, Greta was not looking where she was going. bottom. Friends' parents returned home on Christmas and their clumsy daughter had been petrified. Harold's the big balls, asked her mother. Fine, said her father. Not a scratch on it. From that day on, Greta didn't clump. She didn't even blink for fear of breaking herself. She became so careful that people often mistook her for a real statue. Remember, the potter's wheel is always spinning. In case you're worried of little Jack's back again, I think he looks better, don't you? Still makes a rubbish cup of tea. You grizzly tales used to in the olden days, the police would catch telephone pranksters by bugging their telephones. These were highly trained insects, running around in the criminal line, found out what he was thinking. These bugs anymore, nonsense.
Gas fan cometh.
Hello, can you hear me when you're on the loop? No, because everyone can hear you. As a telephone prankster, Stefan was a master at this thing. Could lure a victim onto his hook without the victim ever knowing. Is that the headmistress? It is. Inspector here. Yes, Mr. Patrice. We're doing an inspection this afternoon, so I'm panicking for you. Yes. By the way, give that nice police Stefan the rest of the week off. I inspected his schoolwork last night. He's very brainy and doesn't have to do sports if he doesn't want to. Stefan, you're the brave one. He was banned from using normal telephones, so he locked himself up. But he phoned the phone in the house and said, "My name is Michael Kay, and I am in the papers. And when I say I fancy a spot on lunch, I mean it. Steak will do lovely, with chips, and a nice bottle of fizzy pop." And when Michael didn't turn up, Stefan ate the actor's steak for him. It was around this time that Stefan was blown his first phone. He was laughing at nice people with unfortunate names when a click interrupted his lessons. "Sorry," said Stefan. "Can I speak to Stan, please?" "No, there's no Santa Claus living here." "No Santa Claus? Is Tim Claus there?" "I'm afraid he's not. No, I live here." "I get it. With Imogen. Can I speak to Imogen Claus, please?" "No, there's no Imogen. So you've got no walls in that house at all?" "No. So
Oh.
what's your roof down then?"
That's not good. How the hell did he even manage to get one of these things? It's bad enough when they were using the sunstone sword.
Getting through okay? Yes, thanks to me. Is your fridge running? Yes. What's she doing and down Stephen's spine. And the first anyone else would have stopped immediately. But Stephen had become a crank call junkie, fueled by his daily fix of mischief. Oh, Mr. Smelly didn't stand a chance. Good evening, Stephen said. Are you smelly? Yes, I am smelly, said the old man. And is your pipe smelly too? Yes, it is. You should take a bath then. Hello, somebody out there listening in. Who is this? Yes. You got some helium. Helium? The gas, Devil. Too. Just later than air. Are you the stupid? If this is not opinion. No! Not laughing, but I like a good joke. I do, Stephen said. When it's mine, in that case I should have mentioned that helium also makes you waste wiki. Think of the jobs you could do with always. You could be Mickey Mouse, an alien from outer space. Fine, he'd always wanted to impersonate the Queen. I'll take it. Yes, said the gas man. I rather thought you might. The next day, Stephen bunked off someone and waited for his helium to arrive. Thanks, Stephen. I am the gas man. I've brought you helium.
The gas man.
Is it me? Fine. Why not? I like a joke as much as the next man.
Yeah. Believe it or not, it's the first Grizzly Tales for Gruesome Kids episode I ever watched. Had a lesson about prank phone calls. And Bart's use of weapons. Just say I came across it.
Keep talking, but when you get a call and there's nobody on the other end, it's never really done, Mum. And if you use a mobile phone, it microwaves inside your head. Pigeon It's just it. Research reveals that TV cameras are invisible to Japanese English. Next 3 seconds. I'm being diffused down. Recording on CITV the scouts. Sides and don't be blown out. Never wander around with your eyes closed in a field full of combine harvesters.
Now big. How's that engine? Let's see.
5 and 6. Because flying cabbages can kill you. Yes. This tail.
Pick up the plane. Okay. I think I know what comes next. That's right. Throw it. Are you sure about this? Just do it!
Never ate his brains. And because he never ate his brains, his mother was putting
Gruesome kids. Funny boy. A lesson about not eating your vegetables.
Rubbish. Tubs, on the other hand, loved brains. And Bill loved tubs.
Just a bit further now. Let's go in quietly this time.
By the way, for anyone wondering, we were just rampaging through a metal refining setup plus an anti-air base.
Understood.
So the tubs could gobble
Ryder and Lucas have already reached the wasteland. Once we get wrapped up here, we'll go and join them. Ah. Knack, why don't you go and see what you can do about opening that gate?
My green vegetables again. There's nothing left for Bill. Sneak and Bill. Bill's mother raged all over the rabbit. She fired stinging pebbles at his white tail. So Bill didn't agree. She built an electric fence. So Bill airlifted up over. She even buried rabbit traps in the lawn. So Bill got his finger horribly bashed. And she does them all. Then, instead of going to bed, Bill's mother went guard and shot him. Untouched by rabbit's teeth, the vegetables grew, and in the morning a huge cabbage appeared on the kitchen table, untouched by rabbit's teeth, and she does them all. Then, instead of going to bed, Bill's mother went guard and shot him. Untouched by rabbit's teeth, the vegetables grew, and in the morning a huge cabbage appeared on the kitchen table, big and round and poisonously green. It had to go. And hid it under a bush. But the dog retrieved it. His mother rinsed off the dog's lip and paint and replaced the cabbage on the table. You will get cabbage for supper, she said, but Bill was not beaten yet. They hid the cabbage in the garden and put a sign on top. Danger, unexploded bomb, do not dig up. Stupidly forgot to wipe the mud off his shoes when he came back in. Then his mum washed off the worms and put the cabbage back on the table. So Bill phoned the police.
Fucking goblins!
It in a plastic bag. But they brought it straight back when they detected that the head was working resemblance of a cabbage. I'll have you know, young man, that I'm not as green as I'm cabbage looking. If his bum was a cabbage, did that make Bill a star? There was only one way to get rid of this cabbage. Bill pedalled across the cornfield towards his friend's barrow. Harmless enough, you might think, until you remember that A, it was harvest time, B, the corn was high, and C, Bill's legs were all string and weed. It was just bad luck. A case of wrong time, wrong place. Tubbs smelled the cabbage in Bill's attic and worked out to eat it. Pulled his heart into elbows. Puny Bill was so tired that he fell asleep in the saddle. Sing. Snore. Sing. Snore. Eat. Sing. Snore. Eat. Sing. Snore. Eat. Sing. Snore. Eat. Sing. Snore. And a stink. Snore. Bill woke up in hospital. There was a doctor standing over his bed. Hello, Bill. How are you feeling? I asked Bill, you had a little accident, but the operation has been a complete success. You were all over the field, said a student nurse. And now, like this time, you will be said the doctor. This time, now nobody will tell him.
I can't really tell. Is that yellow giant drawing his finger across his neck or just scratching his neck? He was just scratching. Good. Glad we managed to catch that.
Bill was too upset to eat. He went straight to bed and had nightmare about huge pennies with human feet, washing greens with his mother's vegetables. The Scotland stand. You're fatter. That'll be the script, he said. I told you eating great would make you bigger. She said, but I never thought it would happen so quickly. And later that morning, when the doctor removed Bill's bandages, he turned as white as a sheet. I didn't expect one to take over.
Well, it certainly took a long time, a great deal of effort, but we're finally here. Our target is nothing less than the complete destruction of Gundahar's manufacturing capability, all existing inventory of weapons. So,
where would you like to start?
How about
And bits of the bike.
that building?
Said the doctor, as Bill bounced out of the French windows into the garden. Here's my son. Not anymore. Understand, boys. Wasn't it eating his brains? Little James. Or I'll come in and get you.
Draw! Bessie oh messy.
This looks to be some kind of factory for weapons parts.
You almost got a grisly tales of gruesome series of cautionary tales. Excuse the way I'm dressed. Everything's in the wash. Wish I could say the same of Spindle Shanks. His website's a disgrace. He's such a big man. He don't even know what this is for. What you do you? 3 flies that you don't. Bessie undressed. She dropped her clothes on the floor and forgot all about them. Her laundry mountain had been touched for 3 years, because when her mother told her to tidy it up, Bessie said, "Look, how could I ever find what I want if it's all stuffed in cupboards?" To make matters worse, Bessie's younger brother was the model of tidiness. He said things like, and or yes, I can't put out the bath. Bessie loved waking up on the floor slovenly slop. You're just a goody-goody. That reminds me, I was hoping to look at a dust off your face.
Nice.
That's why I hate you. You're always with a duster in your hand. Do you want to wash that jumper now?
Looking good, Knack.
Mrs. Miss Mountain finally filled her bedroom. What's happening here? Bessie has. She's a pig, isn't she, Mammy? Yes, she is. Bessie, wake up. Using big trouble, Miss Peggy. She asked innocently.
Metal Knack,
Bessie,
unlike wood and ice, doesn't melt from fire, and has a special ability when it comes to high voltage energy.
will you give us a hand to get down, Callum?
Careful, Knack. That magnet will strip away all those metal parts you
Bessie
just
was
picked up.
furious. It was her life. She could live like a pig if she wanted. But as she tried to go back to the bed, the mountain collapsed and Bessie fell.
Yeah, unfortunately, we will need to be careful of magnets, since we're using magnetic scrap to bulk up.
Top of the morning to you, Bessie. Where am I? In the lovely land of Laundry. Allow me to introduce ourselves. O'Reilly, 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 and O'Reilly. We call it O'Reilly to avoid the confusion. I'm Bessie, said Bessie. And we's leprechauns, said O'Reilly. The little people. Sure you must have heard
More
of us.
weapons,
Sure
Bart.
I have.
We'll
But
need
what
to
are
find
you
a
doing
better
in
target.
the Laundry?
Shutting down this building isn't going to accomplish much.
We lice with a mess. In fact, we lice a lot of mess. And when I saw you were boiling out the clothes, I said to O'Reilly here, "That's me." Yeah, that's it, that's right. I said to O'Reilly, "We can live inside Bessie or Mrs. Boyle linen. Make it as much mess as we can, and nobody will ever notice." And that's what we do. What was your name again, young man? I beg your pardon. Don't mind him. Leprechauns has memories worse than thee. Shall we be after going then? Aye, where to? I forget, but I'm sure to remember when we get there. You forgot your horse the cave goes down into a spectacularly messy landscape. At the end of the crooked path stood the leprechaun's ramshackle house. You've got yourself a beautiful home there, Mr. O'Reilly. You should see our beautiful kitchen. In the house in the garden, there are bits of it in the bedrooms too, but we lost the stink. But I think it's heaven. There's nobody to tell you to clear your mess up. Shall we go inside? Never liked it anyway. Oh, that is beautiful, boys. This is blessed. Your land of laundry is paradise. So will you be after staying a while? Said O'Reilly. Does your we'll just stay here for the rest of my life. Then it's all set. You're one of us now. I think Bessie's been Halloween game of the week. Fancy. Are you there? Now, where's your ladies? I beg your pardon. Did we not make it clear what we brought you here for? You did not. Did we not tell you we wanted a housekeeper? It was bad, I never. But we sure it needs a deal. I don't want to clean your smelly house. To be sure, but we need someone to tidy us up. Not me. I don't do cleaning. Are you saying you do it now? Are you breaking your word? Did we tell you we was meat eaters? And likes to chew flesh off the bone? We want a housekeeper. Is it gonna be you? Like we agreed, or not? Yes or no? Bessie was terrified. No, she's screamed, pushing the little people aside and running out of the house. She could hear them running.
We also need to feed these machines with scrap metal so they'll produce these heavy metal boxes.
Bessie reached the linen mountain.
And this is actually where we learn about the static ability.
We get her fingers on you. At last, she recognized her young one and dived into the cave.
Mainly because something bad is about to happen, and it's going to involve the Doctor's ex-lover.
Suddenly, the hand of the whole great shut. Close off Bessie's ears, like falling rocks. All we had to do was a little tidying up. Now we can't let you go, Bessie. The big lady wasn't always here. But I wrote a temple. We know that. Because we's got and we would have done too, had not the land of the great suddenly turned topsy-turvy and flooded. Noticed what he washed, basically. While he was doing the oil. Jake in the wash. And as the fires had brown, I must have had the water too hot. Still, I suppose you did save my life. I've done your washing. It's taken me hours. And I haven't even started on the dusting yet. I'll give you another. Honest, no less. Said Bessie. And she meant it as well. The cheek of it. Smith checked his way to clear up our rib. I suppose I'd better get the oil
Now, what are they doing here?
I don't mean to. One, it's actually funny to watch, considering it's claymation. Two, I've told this to a lot of people, and it's a bad habit. One I've been trying to stop. I don't mean to laugh at people when they get hurt. Even if they do wrong me, I know it is wrong.
We're getting closer. They seem to be assembling the parts into tanks and other weapons.
Metal KNACK is back, baby! Let's make this quick.
He was always reading frightening stories about this mountain. About the giant eagle that plucked wicked children from their beds, about lost souls that wailed in the trees, about goblins dined on the sweet, tender flesh of young humans. Joe treated the mountain with all the respect these books demand. Never went near it. It's Joe was close to the land. When he finished it, he was without pages. and blown them out of the window. He loved the way they What are you doing? Shouted his father. Should be respected. Said Joe. I scattered the villages of his mountains. So, the day arrived, stick in the house, into the attic, and his father, until you can apologize, for destroying those books and losing their stories. The attic was tense, gay, and Joe was cross. Maybe he could just open that skylight and escape across the roof. He found an old trumpet to stand on, but it was too heavy to move. Must be a dead body inside, he joked nervously as he opened the lid. The trunk was empty, save for a large black book covered in cobwebs. Inside it was full of meaningless, but the pictures were horribly familiar. Ugly faces, twisted bodies, evil bulbous eyes.
Now this is a proper hurricane because there's actually metal chunks flying around.
Wove its magic fingers around him and forced him to read on until he had finished. You can guess what happened next. Joe was spellbound as the white pages floated across the world like a fog. But as they reached the mountain, they burst into flame, and out each flame there spread a screeching black crow. The spell was broken, and Joe was afraid. The cover of the book was ripped off. With a scream, he hauled it out the window, but it landed in a tree and burst into flames and burned to a smoking stone. On top of which sat a giant eagle. Joe's mother heard her scream. As she burst into the attic, she was knocked backwards by a fierce gust of wind. A giant eagle's feather settled beside her, and when she looked up, Joe, her son, was disappearing with a scarlet light. The eagle lost interest in Joe as it circled his legs. If it hadn't been for the trees, he would surely have fallen to his death. Said a whispering voice. Joe ran to see if it was. There was no one there. Who was it that said it? Beware of what? But the wind did not reply. Joe landed on a lip by the entrance to a cave. Crawled inside lest the eagle should return for an early supper. Caves, nauseating stench, rotten meat. Goblins, Joe gasped with horror, but they existence. Yes, they are, said a voice behind him. Get down, you make the goblin chained Joe's neck and dragged him into a cabin full of screeching black crows and stinking, chattering goblins. They hooked him with sticks and pinched his legs and breathed their foul breath over him. They were cruel knocks. And sweat as a white hand put the chamber and try hands. He bellowed, and the goblin came toward him. You are accused, Joe Alexander, of willfully destroying the great book of fog.
Hello,
Revealing the
Doctor.
mystical ancient secrets of this magic
Charlotte!
rise while I pass sentence.
But how?
Excuse me.
Do you mean
I'll
what
give you the
happened
chance
after
to
you left
say
me
a
to
few
die?
words in my defense.
Wait, what?
No, said the judge.
After I fell into the chasm, goblins found me and brought me to their leader, Gundahar. He nursed me back to health. Well, mostly anyway. This leg never really was the same again.
Charlotte, I searched for you for weeks. If I didn't find you, it's because you were already gone.
So you say.
It's the truth. So, what about all this?
Gundahar needed my help, and I gave it to him. First, I made better weapons and better armor, so he could defend himself against those goblin tribes that were hurting. And later, I made other things.
You know the weapons you have built have been used against our settlers.
I know now. I guess Gundahar took care of his enemies in the goblin tribes and began looking for a way to take revenge on humans for the Crystal Wars. As soon as I learned, I stopped.
Charlotte, I am so sorry for everything. Whatever happened, we're together again. Please, we don't have much time. Come with me.
No.
Why not?
I've caused far too much suffering and destruction. I'm not fit for human company any longer.
No, don't be silly.
No!
I see. If you ever change your mind, please, call me. No matter where I will come from. I promise.
Goodbye,
Said
darling.
his mother as she hugged him back. Then she took Joe downstairs to bed. As she did so, the icy wind gusted in through the open window, picked up the giant eagle's feather, and blew it out across the garden towards Goblin Mountain.
Well, from what I heard, one of her legs wasn't working right.
Would you like to
So she
meet
might have
Joe?
also taken a knock
I'm
on the
afraid
head.
he's rather heavy these days, and working
And now I'm
undercover.
partially blind in one eye because I've been taking too much damage.
And this is what I made out of spindle shanks. So, not entirely wasted then.
Anyway, continuing on. Like I said, this area is where we learn about the static shock ability of the metal parts. It seems KNACK's manipulation of the metal has the ability to store and carry electrical charges. And unfortunately, the doctor, heartbroken about what he heard from Charlotte, wants to end his life.
This tale. Spindle Shank says that he's superstitious. Clearly, he's a rat. He lives by imaginary rules that no one else can understand. I mean, he's scared of that black cat because he thinks black cats are bad luck. Well, they're not.
You're gonna need to stay far back so you don't get electrocuted. Better yet, I'll meet you up top that hill. I'm guessing that's where we'll find Gundahar. Electrocution here would be a fitting end. She doesn't love me anymore. Well, I'm no human, but it seems a bit more complex than that. Now you make sure you're long gone before the fireworks start.
As Mix's life was rigged by stupid superstitions.
All right. Going already.
If you pass this
Go on.
gate without looking, they will
Like
invent.
me, I mean, I just lost the love of my life.
Yes, and unfortunately, that won't be the
Right, pat it up the middle. Through it.
that won't be the only hasty action the doctor undertakes. Now that he's lost the love of his life and practically his only mental restraint, he wants to find the key to those ruins. But unfortunately, dear viewer, we'll see soon enough that unlocking that door will mean the end of us all.
Every morning, she shook hands with the postman, so her letters would contain good news. And if she had emails, we had to kiss the bearded policeman. They loved out of Look, we've been saving for this holiday for 7 years. Yes, Daddy, but I can't get on that bus. I'm not here. It's a lovely box. It's number 50 minus 10, 3. And Victor, stay the word speak. And that's right. Said Mr. Gaston, but he got the driver to change the number. Now, we can go for the look. Oh, no, not now. Did you know, if you raise your voice in the first 90 minutes of the only holiday you've had in 7 years, you'll be eaten by sharks? Nobody gets eaten by sharks in Birmingham. There's always a first time. But who raised their voice? You did just now. Mind the crowds. Don't want to be mauled by bears, do we? Well, just the whole 3 days. Mr. Kessler was pulling up an alder tree when our beaters kicked him in the garden, starting me out bent backwards to keep her breath clean, and licking worms to stop her skin from wrinkling. Daddy, no! You sorry! But her cry came too late. An alder is a witch's tree. If you don't apologise when you pull it up, death and destruction will fall upon the house of Kessler. We're all going to die. Oh, well, it's only a bit of... But Araminta was convinced that her father had deliberately jinxed her. And in the top, she wanted nothing more to do with her faultless parents. To be intimidated parents must be an adult, you must. One needs to travel. 3 have that night, Araminta started to make up for the difference in order to get what she wanted. It won't work anymore, she lied. Haven't you heard the saying, don't do homework or a vampire that will suck out all your blood? It gets worse. Don't work while teachers are there, or they'll send you back. Everyone, so I shouldn't be going anymore. I'd like to travel the world instead. But you don't afford it. You're not coming. I shall pay for my trip with my pocket money. So I get a pound a week. To quote the famous words of St. Dennis Menaces, if parents don't increase their child's pocket money by a lot, men with big sticks will beat them up. Mrs. Kessler gave Araminta
Oh, for God's sake!
in the bank, and she went off round the world. And a very nice time she had too. But when she could be it gets somewhere to live.
I know we've all seen this move multiple times, but it's practically the only way I can get through these difficult levels. Yeah, I really need that pulmonologist.
She didn't notice. She heard a police siren, but it was an ambulance, and she should have held her collar till she'd seen a dog. And when she came home, she was so busy counting keys to ward off the headless coachman that she only spotted the ladder after she walked underneath it. And the victim had broken the big free. Oh, no, is it that? She dragged the metal box into the garden, laid a ring of garlic around the outside, lit candles at the woodworks of the compass, sang and keep me safe for great day goblin, chalked the head of a donut with the lid of a box of data maps. You know me? Asked her father, defending myself against evil spirits. Once I'm inside that box, I shall be safe, protected by the circle of mint and the boxes. And she closed the lid, feeling safe and secure from all the evil demons outside.
Now that's more like it. Time to take care of
That
before
a
the
candle
tank
fell out of the
flames.
sky at all was an unusual event, but it should have the direct hit on the box was real. The Araminta should have been squashed to her death. These were horrid icing on the most bizarre cake ever baked. After moving back into the big house, Mr. It's known on Araminta's grave. Here lies Araminta Jane, superficially yet sane. Fought her demons, lost the battle, went out in a storm of cattle. Hopefully she's will be coming back. Touch wood. For you want to know that Spindleshanks has just had a bit of fruit. The cat was sick.
Keep time for more gruesome tales.
People, winning is everything. Brothers, winning is impossible on account of the gate feet. I wonder who I'm talking about. He'll never finish. One he wears himself out. You tell him the tale. Athletes.
I think you might like this one.
He was the best, and he knew it. Oliver Littlebody, however, was the brunt of the race. think you're pathetic. Why'd you bother to turn up? Hey, beat. Tree ball. Matchstick boy. Well, whether this old man was blind or mad, I was around with books like that. Tie up. All England's schools jumping in there. Let's go over this book you produced. Never heard of him. He was killed during what? Only had a chance to prove it. Tell you, give me half an hour of your time in my head for the next year. I'll teach you to bring sentence. Me? You faster than books give to Lycra. I said, beat him. The next thing was, Ollie turned up to meet the old man at the stadium empty. Should have known him. Oliver. Is that Swan secret's the best left secrets. Now, I believe we had a deal. Last night you were too slow. Today I want you to run in these. The old leather was as black and hard as chalk. How can I be? You don't have to walk in them, son. Just run. It's round the track. It was as if the show was playing along. And he ran like he had the beats in his heels. His puny legs blocked distance. Dashed him round in a huge red record. Simply smile on the standard jealousy. What's so special about them? They belonged to Tommy, said the old man. As a matter of fact, he was wearing them when he died. You mean died during the war? One day I'll tell you his story, but right now you've got training to do. I don't need to tell you I've got magic shoes. Special training. Wait, you mean...
KNACK.
No.
You
Said the
destroyed
old
half
man.
my army in Monteverde.
Now you've come to
They
finish the
beat
job.
toast. Shoot
Why?
me. I thought you said
You
you'd
asked
show me
why.
how to beat
You
Anthony.
destroy human outposts and invaded their cities. And for what?
Promise me that the boots
Sunstones and relics?
I'm
boots
merely
repeat
writing the
whatever
law.
happens to Tommy Knock.
Today goblins live
He never
primitive
read about
lives
race.
in the forests and
Go and get
mountains.
my beads.
But before the Crystal Wars, we had our cities and our civilization. I simply seek to return to those times.
And I am simply here to show you that attacks on the humans will not be ignored.
You are their tool! We have lived in the wastelands long enough to destroy this monster.
So there were two names on everybody's lips. Anthony St. John Smallland and Oliver Little Body. Then one day, Oliver was hailed as the best young water boiler the country had ever seen. And Anthony's vain brain boiled over with jealousy. The day of the England Schools Championship, Ollie was the favourite, and Anthony had to pretend he was